So the Donald Trump clown show continues, and today it turns out the clown show goes mobile. Yes, we're talking about Trump Mobile. We just talked about this yesterday, that there was a filing for it, but now I guess apparently it's already real. Trump organization to launch mobile phone service and $499 gold handset. For real, that's what it looks like. Their website's already up if you're curious. Trump Mobile, make America great again. They're calling this a T1 phone. You get American flag on your phone, I guess, and in gold. The design looks like an iPhone, at least according to this render. But I question this whole thing. This is the official announcement for real. This is real. Check this out.
This morning, you've got an announcement on a new phone. Tell me about that and what you're looking to, quote unquote, correct here.
Yeah. Well, you know what, Maria, more and more we're using technology as a company, right, to correct the problems. Obviously, Truth Social was to correct freedom of speech, right? I mean, he lost his throughout the political process. Obviously, crypto, and we've got the biggest projects in crypto, was to correct another problem, which is the fact that they were debanking all conservatives. I was the most canceled person probably in the history of the country. And now we're doing Trump Mobile, and Trump Mobile is going to revolutionize cell phones, mobile calling. We're going to do it better. We're going to do it safer. We're going to have more functionality, more features. And the coolest thing about all these ventures is we're doing it right here in the United States. You're not calling up call centers in Bangladesh. You're not, you're doing it right out of St. Louis, Missouri, and you're going to have phones that are made right here in the United States of America, and it's going to be cheaper, $47 a month. You're going to have more international dialing for free.
Okay, so they're claiming they're going to be able to build this phone in the USA. They're claiming customer service in the USA. I guess they're claiming everything to be done in America. No other company does these kind of things. How can Trump do this stuff? I mean, I guess when your daddy's the president and you have all the corruption on your side, perhaps it's possible. For those of you who are in the mobile phone business, I want to hear your thoughts. This is the specs of their phone. They're calling it the T1 phone, 8002, 6.8 inch, 120 refresh rate. 50 megapixel main camera, 5,000 battery, fingerprint sensor, face unlock, etc. 12 gigabytes of storage, internal 256 gigabytes, not K, but gigabytes. And I know you're probably thinking, is this real? No, they just did an announcement, so I'm going with you guys. And I have many questions about this thing. I'm sure you guys have also. That's why we're going through the announcement. Obviously, there's tons of conflicts of interest. There's tons of corruption issues when, frankly, you're using your name to profit off of, and you're also in office. I mean, obviously that is a clear problem. Just imagine if Obama's kids or, Biden's kids tried this crap. I mean, Fox News would be just freaking out. But, from their point of view, hey, if you can, put money in your pocket, and let's not forget about how awesome crypto is. Like they always mention that. Let's listen to more here, though. I know, I'm sure you guys are like, what the F is this? I feel the same way, guys. That's why I'm going through it. I'm kind of curious and also shocked, mortified, and all that stuff. Okay, let's take a look at more.
Working for a long time, trying to deliver for the American people, for doing something unique for people who'd been underserved. And today we're here to introduce Trump Mobile. We've partnered with some of the greatest people in the industry to make sure that real Americans can get true value from their mobile carriers. A big part of what we've done right now in the world has been focused on technology for people who've been underserved, whether that's been in crypto or anything else. But one of the...
And they keep mentioning crypto, which is obviously a big scam, of course. You guys know that. Melania's got a coin. Trump's got a coin. They host, dinners where they sell, access to the White House, basically open bribery, open corruption, open laundering. Because here Trump Mobile, the 47 plan, they're going to price this at $47.45, and these are actually their real advertisements. Who's their target for this stuff, guys? Seriously. I mean, I guess MAGA's like, maybe for MAGA that's their aspirational pictures. Why choose Trump Mobile? That's their and for real. This is all from their website. How ridiculous this stuff is. They did find some people to partner with. We heard listen to their partners are a little bit.
Themselves and what we're going to be providing. We're not only going to be doing wireless service, we are going to be doing phones that we are going to build in America. Our call center is based in America, and we're focusing on really making these programs great for American people so that we can actually deliver something to them that they normally don't get, and that's service with a value. So as you see our plan...
Okay. He starts talking about his plans. There it is right there again. This is all taken from their website. I was just looking at it today. The thing with the Made in America stuff, I mentioned this several times in the channel. This is why you want to regulate these things, because what does it mean to be made in America? Does it mean that you're putting in the final screw in America, but all the parts come from somewhere else? Does it mean that maybe you're just, putting the last piece of tape on the box, right? Or are we defining made in America as literally all the parts, all the raw materials and everything, all the labor is going to be done in America? Is that really possible? I mean, none of the other carriers or companies do this. So, how are they going to pull that off? That's what I was saying with regulation, where, maybe they can get passed through the regulators and, sort of misrepresent how things are done. I mean, they're claiming also, I think this call center where you're going to call is going to be in Missouri, St. Louis, Missouri, I think is what they said. And then they have other things planned. In my opinion, it looks like they're going to go after your data. And I think they're also going to partner with insurance companies, is what it sounds like to me, and then figure out ways to, sell you whatever stuff, be it pharmaceutical things, be a competition to CVS or something. Listen to this. I know I'm going over a lot, but, because you're like, how does this grift work? Let's listen to some more here.
At Trump Mobile, we're going to give our end users a much better experience. We're going to include, as Pat said earlier and Don had said earlier, telemedicine. So this way, if you have an issue or a problem, you use your Trump Mobile phone. You make a call to a doctor that's available to you 24/7, 365. That doctor can write you a prescription. You can take that prescription to CVS, have that prescription filled out, supplied for you, all at no additional cost.
They're including medical stuff in their phone service. I think that's where the part of their grift's going to come in, and I'm sure you guys understand all of the conflicts of interest of that. You sign up for Trump Mobile, then are certain drug companies or whatever going to have preferences, or certain medical providers are going to have preferences. You guys get the point there, but I just wanted to show you how could they possibly augment their, I'm assuming it's going to be loss taking on their other ventures, being call based in America or trying to make phones in America. I think it's going to be about getting your data and also partnering with other stuff. Here's more. This one's Eric talking about it.
Been about in the Trump administration is having that manufacturing here on U.S. soil. What does that mean to you to do that?
Listen, it means everything to us, right? I mean, that's been our whole family's creed. Timmy, I can't tell you, on the campaign trail, I'd go to every single state, and every town you drive through had a plant that was otherwise closed down. You'd have a chain link fence around it. There'd be no cars. There'd be no lights. It was closed. It used to produce a great American product, and it no longer does anymore. Why in the world are we allowing that to happen? And that's been my father's creed the entire time. And so, I don't give a damn if we make Kleenex in the United States, but we better be making high-tech products, mobile phones, cards.
Right. So according to Eric, we better be making lots of high-tech products. I guess doesn't care about Kleenex, according to him. Here's some more about this stuff.
Now, how are we going to help families? We're going to also offer unlimited calling to over 100 different countries, and those 100 countries are listed clearly across the board, and that opportunity will allow...
When they're talking about partnering with other countries, this is what I'm thinking when, Trump has all these tariffs and trade deals, is are you also bundling in your Trump mobile service? No, seriously. I know it sounds so ridiculous, but we've heard reports before that they were trying to push Starlink, that's Elon Musk's company, as part of the negotiations between country to country. I'm curious if they're now pushing Trump Mobile. Hey, if you want to deal with the United States, take Trump Mobile. Yes, it's wildly corrupt. I'm sure you guys understand this stuff. If you're watching my channel, you probably get how corrupt all this stuff is. The crazy thing about this is I'm sure the Trump people and the MAGA people say, oh, it's so great that you profit off the presidency. Who cares about serving regular people? Just make everything privatized. How do you talk about this stuff seriously? I mean, this is, there's any number of reasons why you'd want to impeach Trump. I mean, this is just one of many. Let's listen to more here.
Or partnering with the Trumps if we weren't making America great as well. And that's why we want to help keep the jobs in America and build the phones. And
build phones in America, right. That's what they say. So here's the headlines from Wall Street Journal. Trump sons to launch Trump Mobile and U.S.-made phone. And then this is some more description from the Wall Street Journal on this thing. The plan is an ambitious one. No major smartphone manufacturer currently makes its products in the U.S. Trump has targeted phone makers in his tariff push, threatening extra levies on Apple if it didn't shift production, domestic production. So I wonder if the Trump people and the government will try to pressure Apple to make phones for Trump organization. Who knows? I mean, this stuff is kind of nuts. And then it sounds like they're probably going to resell other phone carrier service, right? So it says here, the Trump organization said the mobile service would work with all three major wireless carriers. It would rely on resale deals known as mobile virtual network operator agreements, in which the carriers sell excess capacity. These kind of services, generally speaking, are not going to be as reliable as your main ones. Was it like your AT&T's, Verizon's, or T-Mobile? So if you are interested in, and I'm just talking in just terms of nothing politics or anything political like that, just if you were interested in this kind of service, yes, theoretically it could be lower cost, but lower cost usually comes at the price of lower quality. And then I think how they're going to try to make up for that, again, the lack of profits is probably going after your data, perhaps selling your data. I wouldn't be shocked there, and also doing some sort of medicine grift or whatever. Or maybe the handset they're going to try to say is going to be like completely, a non-functional kind of thing. So that's my thoughts on this. I want to hear yours, and I'll catch you all in the next video.